everybody, welcome back to another video today. Today I'm going to be talking about the Israel versus Palestine war and what is going on and what is happening these days during the between the two countries. Here's a presentation that I've made to explain this concept clearly to you and why this is happening, the history of it, and many more other inside things. How did the Israel versus Palestine conflict start? Even though the Israel versus Palestine conflict started way before, like 1,000 years ago, it started to heat up firstly post World War II, where the US and UK supported Jews, and then the Jews created the state of Israel. Then, the Jews failed to sign an agreement with the Arabs for carving out a separate state from the Palestinians. But there are many more reasons why this has happened, and this will come in the further slides. When was the first war between the two countries? The first war between Israel and Palestine was in 1948 after Britain's mandate ended. Then the war began. All the Arab countries backed Palestine because Palestine is an Arab country, but with the help of the US, who is still the friend of Israel, Israel controlled large area for its nation. Estimated 700,000 people lost homes and became refugees from the war. What is happening today? Now, firstly, below you can see, one second. Where's it gone? You can see there's a strike in Palestine from Israel. So since April, there were clashes between Palestinian and Israeli police officers in Jerusalem, and that escalated into a broader conflict. Israel strike targets in Gaza in response to rockets launched by Palestinian militants. So far, 119 Palestinians, including 31 children, and 8 Israelis, including 1 child, have died in fighting. And that number can go much more ahead if this conflict does not end soon. How does it affect the USA? Now, I'm putting this slide in because Israel are much more of a dominant force than Palestine because of the help of the US, because the US is the superpower in the world. So US have always been a friend of Israel, and there's been very good relations between the two countries. So the USA have backed, as it says in the slide, the US have backed Israel for a long time. But right now, US are focusing on Russia and China and battling the COVID pandemic. Now, USA and Russia don't have great relations, and Trump also really did not like China as well. So, however, full-blown war between Israel and Palestine could force USA to focus on the Middle East and the Palestine versus Israel war. Now, this also I'm adding to this. Now, if this goes much higher, then this might even start World War III. You never know. Why is there a conflict, firstly, between Palestine and Israel? Now, firstly, I said because of the Arabs and all the Jews and the different states. But there are actually a number of reasons why there's a conflict between Israel and Palestine. What should happen to Palestinian refugees? Whether Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank should stay or be removed, or whether the two sides should share Jerusalem.